Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and as you can probably tell by the title, I'm renovating my dad's build. So, disclaimer, the shell is something I built. He honestly didn't know how to build a house in The Sims, so I built him a shell and then let him furnish it. And honestly, there are more things on the outside of the house than there is on the inside. Like, we have a boat coming through the wall, we also have a bathtub on the roof. So I am going to renovate this house and make it livable. So yeah. So to start off with, I am deleting everything. Don't get me wrong, some of the stuff my dad put in is stuff that I have used in builds before, but I just can't deal with a bathtub on the roof. And plus my Sims won't be able to use it. Also, one thing my dad did say that he wanted in the house was the house to be bigger. So that's what I did. I made the house a lot bigger, just to fulfill my dad's wishes of having a bigger house. So yeah, that's what I did. I faff about with the roof so much once I've made it bigger. Yeah, I just faffed about with the roofing so much once I had made it bigger. And I do add a porch to this build, but that's where the faffing of the roof comes from, because initially I wanted the porch and this little exterior bit to join together and look like it was a seamless roof, but I just couldn't seem to do that. So I ended up making this outside bit a chimney, and to be fair, it ends up looking like a house from the UK. And you know what, I'm not even mad that it looks like a house from my home country. Like, you know, it makes me feel like home again in The Sims 4. But yeah, so I am actually really happy with how this house ended up coming out. From what it started off as, with the toilet next to the fridge and a bathtub on the roof and a boat sticking out the wall, to what it came out as. I am not mad that it took me so long to faff about with the roof. So yeah. But yeah, you'll see I put down red brick stairs and the white fencing, and I've never done this combo before, but it actually turned out really, really nice. And because I put down these red brick staircase, I ended up doing the whole bottom half of this house in a red brick, and then I did the upstairs of this house in a lighter colour paneling. I mean, this ended up reminding me of a house from home, purely because I did this combo. I mean, in the UK, we tend not to have paneling on our houses, just because it's a flammable material, but we do have some houses that have the lower half as red brick and the upper half as a lighter colour. And I mean, this house ended up reminding me of home. And like I say, I loved the way this house came out. I was originally going to go with this Tudor style on the top floor, but then, like I say, I changed it to a lighter colour. And, you know, like I say, it reminded me of home. And I swear, I am going to end up building more houses that look like houses in the UK than anything now, because I loved building this house. Absolutely loved it. I also put this little like porch area out the back with like a veranda canopy type thing over the top of it out of fences. And you know, I thought this could be like a little seating area where they can overlook the back garden and all of that. You know, I thought it'd be quite cute. I didn't really furnish it though, because I ran out of money. So I gave my dad 100,000 simoleons. I also gave myself 100,000 simoleons, because I thought, you know what, let's make it a bit of a challenge with money as well. So yeah, and I was like, let's make it fair to Dad and give myself the exact same amount of money. I also used doors and windows from Seasons. I love the Seasons doors and windows, and I will forever use them in my builds until I can't use them anymore, in which case I would be very, very sad. But I love using those doors and windows from that pack. So you know what? I've full out used them in this build. So onto the inside, and I put archways into most of the rooms because I thought, you know what? I want to make this quite open but still quite cozy. And I do also change the stairs to a more wood tone stairs just because I thought it would fit the house that I had in mind better. So that's what I did, guys. So for flooring throughout the house, I did mainly like a wood throughout the house, and then I did these like, I want to say they're more old-fashioned style tiles in the kitchen. I absolutely love these tiles and wish I could use them more within builds. I also did a white tiling in the bathroom just because I want the bathroom to look more clean and pristine. So I did that. And yeah, I then do all the wallpaper after I furnish the rooms just because I want the rooms and the wallpaper to kind of fit. So yeah. I mean, that's what I did. So on to actual furnishing, and I did the kitchen first, and I used Parenthood throughout this entire kitchen. I love this kitchen and how it turned out, and I do put in this little island, and I make it a like 2 tile wide island, and I put the stove in with the island. I have never done this before, but I loved how it turned out. And it's definitely something I'm going to keep doing in this build. But everything turned out really, really nice, and everything was basically Parenthood in this entire kitchen. Bar the laundry day washer and dryer and ironing board that I put in, and also some stuff for the cat. So I put in a food bowl and a scratch post for the cat in this kitchen. I don't really clutter it up. Like, I wish I could have cluttered this up to high hell, but I was on a budget, so I didn't. But honestly, guys, I wish I could have done, because then this would have made it look more like it was lived in. But yeah, I mean, I didn't. And like I say, I really wish I could have done. Also, I used these like wall hanging plants that are from movie hangout stuff. Now, the pack that I just bought was movie hangout stuff, so I haven't had chance to use these plants, but I really like how they looked in this room. They just looked perfect in this room. So, I'm definitely going to use these plants again at some point. Don't ask me when, but I will do it. But yeah, I also remembered a bin in this build. I have a habit, like most simmers, of forgetting a bin, but I remembered one. So be proud of me, guys. But then you'll see for wallpaper in this room, I also used the Parenthood tiling, and I put curtains in this room as well. I can't remember whether I put curtains in every single room, but I did remember curtains in this one. So you should also be proud of me for that, because I never put curtains in a room, ever. Like ever, ever, ever. So be proud. So for the little bathroom down here, I kept it very simple, very blue. Just put in a couple of counters, a couple of sinks, a toilet and a rug. And then I did this white brick tiling in here as well. And that was about it. I do put in toilet roll and a little like hand towel thing. But that's about it. I kept it very simple, guys. Onto the living room, and initially I was going to use all movie hangout stuff, but then I thought, you know what, this is just too much of a clash of colour, that it didn't work for me. So I end up using Tiny Living, no, is it Tiny Living? I can't remember. I end up using sofas that I believe are from Parenthood in the white and brown swatch. And then I used the little poofs that I think are from Tiny Living, I'm not sure, in yellow and blue because you have yellow and blue cushions on the sofas. So I really wanted to bring that sort of colour scheme together. I also put in a fireplace in this room. I haven't used a fireplace in a build in so long. And I thought, you know what, I really want this home to be really nice and cozy. Plus, this is a huge room. So I put in a fireplace with a TV above it. I also put in some side dressers that we got from Laundry Day. And I think I also put one in that we got from Tiny Living, I'm not sure. And then I put a plant in, I put a coffee table, I put a painting on the wall. And I think I also put a rug in, I'm not sure. But I thought this room turned out really, really nice. I also did a feature wall in here in like a really rich deep blue and the rest of the walls in a grey tone. I love this colour scheme in here. It's so gorgeous. But yeah, that's what I did in this room. So yeah, finally for this room, I just cluttered it up a little bit with some plants and stuff. And I do use the little light tray thing in the yellow swatch that we got from Tiny Living. I love this little light tray thing and I would put it everywhere if I could. So yeah, the dining room, and I kept the dining room fairly simple. I honestly, guys, hate dining rooms with a passion. I hate building them in The Sims. Honestly, like they're like my worst enemy because I'm like, right, table, chairs, that'll do. And I basically did that with this room. I did an 8-seater dining table. I also put a bar in here with some bar stools. And I took a little plant in the corner and put a couple of paintings on the wall. And that's about it. I do bring in that same feature wall look from the living room into the dining room. But other than that, I didn't really do anything in here. And I do apologise, guys, but I just hate dining rooms with a passion. I mean, guys, if you could give me any tips on how to enjoy furnishing dining rooms, by all means do, but honestly, right now, I hate them. And I probably will always hate them. Because, you know, that's just me, guys. But yeah, so I mean, I tried. It's just something I'm going to have to get used to. But yeah, anyway, dining rooms. Hate them. That's enough of that. On to upstairs, and we are in the master bedroom, and I used this 4-post bed. Now, I love this 4-post bed. I also used it in the blue swatch because I wanted to bring the blue that was downstairs upstairs. And I went through so many dresses for this room, and I believe I ended up going with the one from Get Famous after so many times of switching back and forth between that dresser and other dresses. I also put in a couple of chairs in here from Tiny Living in the same deep blue swatch. And I put in a cat bed in here because I thought, you know what, my cat might want to sleep upstairs with its owner. You know, just maybe. And I also put a rug in here. And I believe I do the same feature wall thing. I think I did that throughout the entire build, near enough. But yeah, so I thought that would be quite cute. As for the main bathroom, we have a shower, a bath, a toilet, and a sink. And also this little, stand thing. I also put the cat litter tray in here because I thought maybe Kiwi will use the litter tray in the main bathroom. It seems the most obvious choice. So yeah, I put in a little cat litter tray as well. And again, I bring that blue swatch into the bathroom. So, kids' bedroom. I did this room for a child and a toddler, and I also brought in the unicorn teddy that my dad originally put in the build. I thought, you know what, this will be a nice little dedication to Dad's build. So yeah, I kept it kind of simple. I went with pinks and greens and stuff like that, and you know, I also put the high chair and the potty in this room just before because I thought, you know what, let's keep all the toddler stuff together maybe seems logical. But yeah, I mean, the room came out quite pretty and very pinky in tone, which I'm not mad at, so, you know. And then finally, for the study, I put in a desk and computer, along with a bookcase, and I still kept the blue swatch in here. I also put in an easel and a treadmill. I thought maybe, you know, if they didn't want to go to the gym, there's the treadmill there. If they're an artsy person, they can do that artsy-fartsy stuff. And yeah, I also put a guitar in here as well. So maybe if they're musical, then they can practice music. You know, this is where I was starting to run out of money, and I was thinking, shit, I haven't done the garden or any landscaping or anything like that. So I was starting to panic about money at this moment in time. But finally onto outside, and my dad really wanted a fishing lake in this build. So I was like, you know what, I'm running out of money. Let's downsize this fishing lake. Realistically, it's just me using the fountain tool and making it look like a fishing lake. But yeah, you know, I thought let's home in on what Dad wanted originally and do a little fishing lake. And then I also put rocks all around this and like some landscaping. I sized up all of the rocks so I don't have to use as many because I was running out of money. And yeah, you know, I believe that's really all what I do in the back garden. I think I put a tree in the back garden and the front, but I don't really do much in the way of landscaping. And then yeah, that's really it. And then finally, I wanted to fence it off, but I honestly didn't have the money for a fence. So I went into the debug catalogue and I pulled out some fencing from there to fence off the back garden and round to the front. Honestly, I wish I could have put an actual fence in, but like I say, I didn't have the money to do so. So we just went with this option. But obviously, I know to give myself more money next time. You'll see me overlap the fence quite a lot as well, just to try and get it to fit. But yeah, that's basically all I did to this build. So yeah, that's basically the end of this build. Like I say guys, I tried my hardest to make this work. Some things didn't, some things did, but you know, you can try. I mean it looks better than what my dad did, let's face it. So, on to our house tour. And we shall go in the front room, and we have our little hallway. It's only got a thermostat in it, but I do apologise guys, I couldn't really fit anything else in there. And then on to the lounge area, and we have this lovely blue and yellow colour scheme with these really rich wood tones. I love how this room came out. It's so cosy, even though it's such a big room. Like I just love how this room came out. And then moving on to the kitchen, and like I say, it is a very parenthood kitchen, but again it's still got that slight blue colour scheme, and like I've said before, I loved what I did with the island, and it's definitely something that I will do again in my builds. And obviously it's got the cat stuff, it's got the washer and dryer, it's got everything you can basically need. And then moving on into the very rather bland and boring dining room. I do apologise, as you guys know, I hate dining rooms. But we will go with it. Like, I mean, it's got a bar in here, it's got a plant. What more could you need in a dining room? It's a room where you sit and eat, you know. And then finally we have the little downstairs bathroom. Very simple. I do realise there is part of the wall missing the tile. I do apologise, you know, but it's just a simple toilet. And like I've said before, go check out Hey Harry and their custom content because they do some amazing custom content. And then we are going to venture upstairs to see the rest of the house. So yeah. So moving on upstairs, and we are going into the bathroom first, it would appear. And again, it's the very blue colour scheme, but we have a bath, shower, toilet, sink, this little towel caddy thing, the litter tray. Yeah, I mean, again, it is very blue, but what can I say? And then we're moving into the master bedroom. Again, very, very blue, but we have some seats in there, the bed, the cat bed, the dresser. The kids' room is suitable for a toddler and a child, you know, very, very suitable for them. And again, like I say, I brought in the little unicorn teddy that my dad originally put in, and then into the study where we have a desk with a computer, bookcase, guitar, art easel, and a treadmill. So that's all for today, guys. Please don't forget to click the thumbs up, comment down below, share and subscribe. If you want to see me do any more build challenges like this, then put them down in the comments. All of my social media will be listed down below, along with everything else, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys!